Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome to my channel. So this is the first episode of Lego My Beddo, and as I said in the previous video, I want to take a look at the Lego Building Bigger Thinking set 10401 that was released back in, this focuses, focus, and it's not going to focus. Damn it. Hate it when this happens. Now for the unboxing. So let's just take a quick look through the instructions, because I'm not going to build any of these builds that they suggest in the instructions, because ultimately I am going to be using these parts for mocks, so I'm going to be parting these sets out. But you can see some information about the building bigger thinking sets. More information. There's some pictures of fans, which I think is really cool. And actually, is that a vintage Lego City? I've never seen that image before, but that's really cool. And is that the launch and load seaport? I'll have to do another video about the launch and load seaport, because that is one of my favourite Lego town sets ever. But you can see that you can build a rainbow, you can build a unicorn, you can build a toy grade, if I can speak, a monoplane. I think that's supposed to be an RC car with a spoiler on the back, and that gets into the instructions of how to build these things. Back in the day, when these sets were still on the shelves, I bought so many of these that I ended up doing brick races with my family, because I had so many of these, and I wanted to get these things built from the instructions. And you can see that not only do they have instructions for the actual builds, like this is the end of that plane, but they also have pictures of other things. They don't give you instructions to build them, but you can use pieces from these builds that they do give you instructions to make anything you want. And this is this kind of stuff. And is there anything else? No, that's the instructions for the unicorn. But that kind of stuff is what Lego likes to embody with the classic theme. Is that you've got two more images using parts, or using pieces from the builds they give you instructions for. Take things apart and build your own things. The creativity of Lego building is what Lego really likes to stress with the classic theme and the building bigger thinking theme when it was on shelves, is that you don't have to follow the instructions. You can use the parts and you can build anything you want. And for anyone that wants to get the parts list and the parts and the piece numbers without going to Bricklink, here's your chance right now. So I'm not going to be opening these bags because I'm going to be opening them when I'm doing another sorting session, so that I can just empty those out into my red tub over there that has a bunch of loose Lego pieces that I still need to sort into my parts collection. But in order to do another mass sorting session, I need to get 4 more of those epic storage drawers. So that'll come eventually on a future video. I'll end up doing another haul of those storage drawers, and when I get the money to order them, when I get them in the mail, these will be going into those drawers. Well, not those drawers, but storage drawers like those. And so you can see the pieces in the bag, and one of the noticeable parts is that to build the unicorn, you for the tail they give you one of they give you Unikitty's tail in a tan colour, and they also give you 2 of the feathered wings in white, and I think these 2 pieces are really, really cool. This Unikitty's tail in tan, because that's good for some interesting architectural designs. And also this these angel wing type pieces are good for making buildable angels is one of them, and I know that other people have used these as insignia for architectural designs. And if I were to ever use these pieces in something, I'd probably use these for an architectural design as well. And a lot of small pieces. And anyone that knows anything, if I can try and get the print to show, anyone that knows anything about collecting Lego classic sets, or people that collected these building bigger thinking sets, you always end up with a ton of these 1x1 eye pieces. So that concludes this first episode of Lego My Beddo. I hope you enjoy this series. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, opinions, recommendations, criticism, feedback in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you think of this first episode and this series as a whole. Lego My Beddo. Future episodes coming soon, and I'll see you in the next video. So this is the second episode of Lego My Beddo, and this is a poly bag that was released for Lego Movie 2. It is set 30529. It's hard to see because of this light. A mini master building Emmet, and you can build any of these three models. I bought this back when it was in stores, back when the Lego Movie 2 came out, and I bought this poly bag because I wanted, well actually I didn't buy this, my mum bought this poly bag for me on my behalf, and I've never cut open the bag, and it's at this point now where I've already got tons of Emmets from the rest of the Lego Movie 2 sets I own, which I will be doing a video about my Lego Movie 2 display sometime in a video soon to come on Mayo Hosco. So all three of these builds are construction type builds because Emmett is a construction worker after all. And it says 3-in-1. And this polybag, the builds in this is very easy to build, so that's why it says 6+. And yeah, copyright information on the back. It's a small little gap in the labeling of the polybag. There's not many interesting pieces in this, so I don't think it's worth me parting this set out because there's not a lot of the interesting pieces like there was with set 10401, which was in the previous episode of Lego My Beddo. You can check out that episode in the cards in the top right corner right now. Anyway, I digress. I bought my mum bought me this set, and I thought it was cool at the time, but Lego Movie 2 is a couple years old now, and I haven't done anything with this set, so unfortunately, it's not going to be opened. I'm not going to be doing an unboxing or unbagging, so to speak, with a polybag in this episode 2 of Lego My Beddo. So I am going to be putting this on, I am going to be selling this, and now I just have to look at the Bricklink, price guide for this set, this polybag. Bricklink is an excellent website. I've purchased a ton of Lego pieces, particularly from Bricklink, but you can get sets as well. And an example of some parts I've bought and from Bricklink, as you've seen in previous hauls, are those parts over there which I got from DD Bricks. I'll put Bricklink in the description of the video down below, and I'll put a link to DD Bricks' Bricklink store also in the description down below. So I want to get your thoughts about this polybag. Did you get this polybag when it came out? Were you interested in buying any of the Lego Movie 2 sets, but you could never get a good price? Did you not bother collecting these Lego Movie 2 sets? Do you own this polybag? What do you think about this polybag? I like to know these things because I like to encourage viewer engagements, because your thoughts, your opinions matter to me, because they help shape the content in the Mayo Hosco YouTube channel. So this has been episode 2 of Lego My Beddo, and now that this is my second video, there should be a playlist in the top right for the cards of the Lego My Beddo videos. You can check out that playlist to see the first 2 episodes of Lego My Beddo. So this has been Mayo Hosco, and as always, see you in the next video. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and we are back on my bed, so that means it's time for another episode of Lego My Beddo. This is Lego My Beddo Part 3, or Video 3. Now, you're looking at these builds right here, and trust me, all of these have something in common, but you're looking at these builds right here. This is the 1982 freighter. Really cool, because it has the boat ballast pieces on the bottom, with the little connectors that you could use to hook, to connect to plastic toy boat motors that you could use. You could actually power boats, toy boats, in bathtubs or pools or whatever. And then these are sidewalk scenes, for the lack of better terms, from the Townhouse Pet Shop Cafe creator set. I want to say that was released in December of 2018, January of 2019. I'm not sure about those dates exactly, but if you know, feel free to let me down in the comments below. And then this is a mock that used the boat chassis from, if we can see that sticker, we can get focus. You can make out that this was from set 4642. And I think that came out in 2012. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know down in the comments below. So you're looking at all of these builds right now, and you're thinking to yourself, what do all of these builds have in common? Well, the answer is these are all broken. If you know this set, this winch isn't here for no reason, and this white turntable, this white 2x2 turntable plate isn't here for no reason. There was supposed to be a sail mast, a bar piece with the 2x2 anti-studs on the bottom, so that you could hook a sail through its knobs, or you could thread a string through the gaps in between on that mast, or on the mast holder. So I am missing that piece, but it is somewhere in my collection. I think it's in that red tub, but I am missing that piece right now. And it's in my collection, but I just need to find it. Then you'll look at here, and you'll notice that this whole front windscreen of the cab is missing. And besides, oh, don't these airplane style windows look really ugly right here? And if I turn this to the side right here, it just doesn't look the best. I definitely need to improve upon this mock. And if you my Patreon pledges will remember that I did a behind the scenes imagery or a post about this. If you want to see behind the scenes imagery of the Mayo Hosco channel, I would strongly recommend that you go and support me on Patreon to see all of that exclusive content that I don't put on my social media or I don't put on YouTube. And then these are highly disassembled because when I was moving back into my room after my room got renovated, note the white paint, a lot of my builds got disassembled because when I was transporting them, you know, the pieces all clank together and then gradually the pieces come apart, and it's to the point where I don't know where these structures, the townhouse, the pet shop and the cafe is from the townhouse, pet shop and cafe set. I have no idea where they are. I don't know if they're over there. I don't know if they're down here. I don't know if they're up there. But they're somewhere in my collection. I just need to find them. And so I want to know, for people that are watching these videos, is there any Lego set or Lego mock that you cherished or had on display that you either dropped it accidentally, or you were moving house or moving room, doing some renovations, and you liked what you had built, and then through transport or dropping it, it all comes crashing down and the pieces go everywhere. I'd like to know if other people share that sentiment, and if other people have similar stories. We can get into conversations with that down in the comments below, or if you want to reach out to me more extensively, feel free to contact me on any of my social media, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. Yeah, so I wish that these builds are all in different stages of destruction. This is missing just one piece. This is missing if you take into account that this is all just one boat hull, this is missing about a third of its pieces. This is a build where I don't know where probably 90% of the pieces are that went from this townhouse pet shop and cafe. I don't know where it is, somewhere in my collection, but as you know, I've got a big wide Lego collection in my room and I've got no idea where it is. But sometimes you get to a point where one of your builds is in a state of just total destruction. I like to think about this set, and to a lesser extent, this mock. And you just come to the conclusion that it's not worth trying to put the set back together, so then you resort to using your own pieces to modify the set, or modify the mock to make it to something maybe bigger but better. And it might not be what the original set intended. You might have a spur of motivation from imagination and completely transform a build into something that it's not intended for. I mean, I go back and look at the 2013 DK Lego idea book. There's a lot of interesting mock ideas that basically tell you to just take a bunch of random pieces and try to make anything out of it. You can use Lego City pieces to make a space mock. You could use Lego space pieces to make a city mock. The possibilities are endless with Lego, as we all know. And so I know that I can put this back together. I know that I can put this back together. I had intended on using this building in my Lego City because I think that the structures are small enough that they could fit inside one of the various blocks in my Lego City. And for a modern theme, Creator is one of those themes that the structure builds I would actually feel comfortable putting in my vintage Lego City. Obviously, the modulars are highly detailed, and they are way bigger in a mass of bricks per 32 by 32 base plate area. I mean, when you compare the detail of the modulars with the Victory Lap Raceway, one of my most treasured sets from 1988, you see that detail-wise there's no contest. But I love vintage Lego because of how simple this is. And so, yeah, I really don't like it when something you build out of Lego, the pieces get disassembled. But as a mock builder that has lots of imagination, like you can look at anything in my room and you can see that I've had to use a lot of imagination in all of my mock builds. You'll realize that Lego is so versatile. It's such a versatile toy that you can take everything apart and completely rebuild it into something different. So I know that a lot of novice and amateur Lego builders treat a destroyed set or destroyed mock as, oh well, it's destroyed, I don't have the skills, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the patience to put it back together. But I'd like to tell those types of people to not give up, because Lego is one of those rare toys that it is so versatile that it allows you to give up on a project, because you can take that project and completely transform it into a whole nother project. Like, I know for sure that if I can't find the builds, the townhouse, the pet shop, and the cafe, I'm just going to try and rebuild those same builds using other random pieces that might have a similar funky color scheme like the Victory Lap Raceway. But that is the reason why I love making mocks out of Lego. I know this Lego My Beto video has a bit has been a bit all over the place, and hasn't been something like a set review or anything for what I call reviews. So I hope there have been some different messages that you can take away from this video. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you want to see the production value of this channel grow, feel free to support me on Patreon, especially if you want to see that behind the scenes exclusive content, exclusive to Patreon. And yeah, so this has been Mayo Hosco, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome to another episode of Lego My Beddo. Now, this is another set review, so to speak. This is the Make Your Own Moving, and it is 100% Klotz certified. This is obviously a Lego stop motion book. It says props and scenery, 6 fold out backgrounds. Ages 8 and up, 36 Lego elements, mix and match faces, minifigure actors, props and scenery. And it is the minifigure actors that I like most about this set. But what I like most about the minifig actors is the accessories. As you can see inside there is a lime green skateboard. There's a classic pizza. There's a banana and some diving fins and a couple other accessories. And what's also cool is there's some hair pieces that you don't see in every set, and a couple of those baseball caps. If I can get it in the right light, that has the mini peg hold that you can stick a pair of earmuffs or sunglasses or any of the friends mini peg accessories. This set retails in Australia for $30, which I think is completely overpriced. I wouldn't pay more than $15 for this, but I could see a more fair retailer selling this for $20 if prices were right in this country. They are getting better, but they're still not as good as other regions in the world. USA. And so, what's bizarre is that Amazon also has this for $30, which is, I think, is just completely overpriced. But let's forget about the price for a second and let's look at the back. It says stop motion animation is awesome, easier than ever. Official minifigures and props included. Make 10 step-by-step mini-movies with Lego bricks and minifigures. And there's something I like to look at is this camera tripod built out of Lego. It looks like it's on a 16x16 plate. And if I come up to my table, where'd it go? I can't see it. That's a bit of a shame. But I also, I know where it is. It's all smashed up on the floor. But I also have a Lego built tripod, but actually I think I'm going to rebuild my tripod to be more like this. Looks like it's got some 4 2x6 slope pieces and 8 2x6 bricks. That actually looks like a good build. And you can see that the scene on the back is built on a 48x48 light bluish grey base plate. And there's a fight scene going on. And these trees, I love these pine trees. I want to get more of them. I bought a bunch of the mini pine trees from one of the Lego Fire Chief car poly bags from 2017, and from 2016. And if I look here, this is dated 2017. Let's go a little bit inside here. So it's got your table of contents. I really like this scene. This is one of my favourite Lego City minifigs. It's the pizza delivery driver from, or was it the 2015 City Square? If I'm not corrected, but if I am wrong, please feel free to correct me down below in the comments. And these are the pieces that you get. See, I love getting food pieces. And the lime green skateboard is becoming more and more common. I remember when this colour of skateboard used to be really rare. And the more detailed version of the policeman's cap. And it's basically this book is basically instructions of how to do stop-start animation or stop motion. And tripod DIY is fine. And the reason they say that is because they encourage you to build your own Lego tripod. So I'm not going to go into all the details about this book, but it says, making your first movie with Lego animation, you can recreate scenes from your favourite movies, go on crazy adventures, journey to strange worlds, defeat villains and travel through space and time. And I really like the scenes in this book. I don't know, just something about the lighting appeals to me. I really like that brick-built crane for some reason. And so it says the basic idea of stop motion is very simple, and it goes through all the steps of how to do your own stop motion. And it gives some suggestions of some software. Personally, I use Windows Movie Maker for my YouTube videos, but I'm planning on saving up to get not just an iPhone 13 when it releases in October or November of 2021, but I also want to save up for an Apple computer so that I can use iMovie software. I would never suggest getting a paid app if you're doing stop motions or YouTube videos like me. And testing your animation app, more different builds of, actually that's the same build of the Lego tripod as on the back. And tips and tricks, bricks in the wild, some tutorials of how to use a movement with your bricks. This kind of looks like 8-bit animation, if you ask me. And they've got a bunch of brick-built animals sprinkled all throughout this book. They spell movie with Lego bricks. They actually give you instructions of how to build that tripod. I might have to follow those. Oh no, those are 2x4 pieces, not 2x6. For some reason, right there, they look like 2x6, which is a little bit weird. Where was I? Yeah, I was here. So they show you how to do a walking cycle. And they give you lots of tips and tricks about troubleshooting, minifigure versus banana. The banana slip and fall. And different inspiration of different scenes you can make. And some written structural material of how to plan out some of your own stop motion movies. And I think that's a build from a set, and I think those are builds from sets. And that's a set also, and the modulars at the back. I like that. They just give you a bunch of instructions. If you're a beginner in Lego stop motions, I would recommend checking out this book if you can. I wouldn't pay the $30 for it, but if you can get it at half price, I might recommend picking it up because of all the minifigs that you get. And they set up a scene of the behind the of the behind the camera of like a movie scene. I always like mock ideas like that. And they just give you a lot of structural written material to plan out, and they give you some ideas of this does this, which is this, and so on and so forth. And they just give you a bunch of writing material to spark your imagination. And if you're a mock builder like me, you know that Lego is one of the best toys for imagination. I apologize for that. How to do a storyboard example. Build your skills. Sorry, someone's trying to call me on Messenger right now. And they give you inspiration. Oh, I apologize for any background noise in this video. Yeah, high quality stuff on Mayo Hosco. But they give you some lighting tips and tricks. Set design, making your own sets. But at the back, where was it? At the back, they give you some cutouts that you can use for your scenes as background scenes. And obviously I'm not going to use these, but they could be good for a beginner in stop motion. They just have a bunch of these. They have a bunch of different copies. Always love seeing modulars in material. Then there's like an Arctic or Antarctic region. There's a an overshot of the Earth, an empty field, underwater with a city in the background, a volcano. I think this is inspired by the Lego City Volcano Exploration sets. Storyboard template, and the clapper. And your credits. The Klutz team. The Lego team. Yeah, and so I'm not going to take these things out because I don't want to open this. I want to keep this stuff in the packaging until I actually want to use these pieces. But this is, I actually have two of these things now. My first copy, I did rip this stuff out to get the pieces. But I'm going to keep this one sealed for as long as I can. So easy, a klutz can do it. Contains 78-page book of ideas and inspiration, 36 Lego elements, fold-out paper backgrounds, punch-out animation frames. 2017, The Lego Group. Produced by Klutz under the license from the Lego Group. Choking hazard for children aged 0 to 3. And so that is another Lego item in another episode of Lego My Beddo. If this is your first time watching a video on the Mayo Hosco channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. And if you want to see the production value of this channel grow, consider supporting me on Patreon. And if you support me on Patreon, you get a whole bunch of exclusive content that I would not otherwise put on the Mayo Hosco YouTube channel, or any of my social media, that is my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. If you want to get into a conversation with me, you can drop a comment down in the comments down below, or you can hit me up on any of my social media. Anyway, thank you for watching another episode of Lego My Beddo. Please look forward to more videos coming out in the coming months, and for the rest of eternity, as long as this channel exists with faithful viewers like me. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome to Lego My Beddo, episode 5. This is a different type of Lego My Beddo, because this time we're going to be talking about this blue locomotive from the 2014 cargo train that I've done some modifications to. So I've already modified the red and grey locomotive from the 2016 heavy haul train to fit my new standard 6 stud wide loading gauge. I've done the same thing with the blue locomotive, and not only have I made it only 6 studs wide, but I've also made it shorter, because this used to be on a 6x24, a 6x28 stud train base, and it was blue, and I am using that train base in a different mock, so that's a teaser for something coming later. So what I had to do is I had to get rid of these black side rails, 1x6 in black. I had to get rid of those from the sides, and that meant I had to fill in this area right here. I didn't have any more bright light orange tiles, so I had to use 2 1x6 yellow tiles and 2 1x2 yellow grills on each side. And I had to do some maintenance inside of the locomotive. See, and this door just falls apart really easily. But I had to make some changes to accommodate the shorter length of the locomotive in underneath the seat. Obviously I had to make some major modifications to the stub nose hood, and I had to make some changes around here, which would be where the IR receiver normally goes in these old power functions. But I've actually got the IR receiver at the back instead, so that I can, or eventually, I want to move the battery box 1 stud backwards, so I can move the IR receiver 1 stud backwards, so that you don't see the grey colouring of the IR receiver on the side. And then I need to find the back cover that was similar to these bright light orange and black wasp stripes at the front. There's supposed to be some more on the back, and having the IR receiver at the back, I can just pull off those wasp stripes and better easily access the IR receiver to change the frequency if I need to change it. And so this locomotive was originally based upon either an American EMD GP30, a GP35, or a GP40, which is one of the most common. I apologize for those notifications in the background, which is a very common type of diesel locomotive look in the US, and also that kind of design has transitioned into Australia as well. For some of our diesel locomotives, has that similar thin engine house at behind a cab with the stub nose. That design isn't as common on British railways or in Europe, because they have a more streamlined design for the front. Because I think getting rid of the stub nose makes this somewhat more aerodynamic, but it does look kind of out of it does. The proportions up the front do look a little bit weird, but those were the necessary changes I had to make, because I wanted this to be smaller, and I have a better use for the original train base. And anyway, I think having a black train base works better with having the black wheels. And there are other colours of these pieces out there, the ones that hide the ugliness of the wheels to represent the details of the axle boxes, and they are in a light bluish grey. They were originally in the Santa Fe Super Chief locomotive and the Santa Fe passenger coaches, but then they were re-released with the 2006 RC era passenger train. That was when 9V went away, and that makes a lot of LEGO fans, and especially AFOL, was very mad that they got away from 9V, and I wish they hadn't gotten away from 9V, because 9V is cooler than running a battery. But that's why I've got rechargeable batteries now, so I don't have to worry about buying more batteries. But I still need to find some 1x1 round trans clear headlights for the front here. As I said, I need to change these colours from regular yellow to bright light orange. I'm thinking I might try and fill in some of these gaps up top, and eventually I need to move the battery box and the IR receiver down by one stud. And I'm thinking about maybe putting some tiles up top here, which I normally don't put tiles on top of the top of a roof or something, because I don't mind having that stud. I don't mind having that studded surface because it makes it look more Lego-like, if you ask me. But because the roof is built with these 1x2 plates with the slope extension hanging off of it, it looks kind of awkward that you have the smoothness of the modified plate slopes. It's kind of like a 1x2 slope with a 1x1 cheese slope on top that gets the same look but is more stable. And so that actually makes the studded area, for my eyes, look kind of unnatural. So I'm thinking about tiling the top of this, but the horns might get in the way, so I might have to put some 1x1 square plates underneath these horns to make the horns higher, but I'm not sure how good that'll look, and that'll raise the clearance of this locomotive as a whole, which will get in the way of my dune tunnel when I make it. So, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button to be notified of all of uploads by me, Mayo Hosco. Be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And if you want to support this channel, if you want to see behind the scenes content, if you want to see early access to my videos, if you want to see images and text that I might not otherwise share on my social media, and you want to see the production value of this channel grow, consider supporting me on Patreon. If you want to reach out to me further beyond the comment section down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for my social media and my Patreon are in the description of every Mayo Hosco video. And if you want to get further involved in the Mayo Hosco community, you can join the Mayo Hosco fan club, which is a Facebook group, and contact me via any means of communication if you want the link, so that I can send you that link and you can join the fan club. So thank you for watching this different version of a LEGO My Beto episode. I will see you in the next LEGO My Beto episode, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome back to another episode of LEGO My Beto. This is going to be something a little bit different today, as well as my last couple LEGO My Beto episodes that haven't necessarily been talking about a set that I've yet to build or I recently built. Like, I think I might eventually do a LEGO My Beto episode on this set after I do a live stream about it, for example. That's the kind of LEGO My Beto episodes I like to do. But for this one, we're going to talk about these LEGO road base plates that were sold, that originally came out in 2005 and have now been replaced, so to speak, with the buildable road system that LEGO came out with at the end of 2020, where you can have more flexibility about the way you design your roads, but the thickness of the roads is, I think it's the thickness of 2 plates, while these road base plates are more compatible with the modulars, for example. Which is why many people are disappointed that these ones might be retired in the next couple years or so. I hope that they keep these on the market for people who do Lego cities in the modern style. But me personally, because I use the vintage road base plates, I don't have a need for these anymore. Because I bought a bunch of these when I did think I would try and do a modern aesthetic for a Lego city. Before I was inspired by Matt Simmons and Brixar to try do an all vintage aesthetic Lego city. And as I've said repeatedly, links for Brixar's channel and for Matt Simmons' channels are in the description of every Mayo Hosco video. And if you're a fan of vintage Lego, I would recommend checking their channels out. But I don't have a need for these anymore. So I've gone back and forth about what to do with these. Some of these road base plates are heavily used, and there's a lot of dust on these things because they've just been sitting on shelves forever. And a lot of them have grime in them. And like there's some, I think that's Play-Doh in there. Ugh, a lot of grime. But I think this road base plate particularly was from a 2006 Ferrari Formula 1 pit stop set. And originally I used this in my Lego City Harbour. And I still might use this in my Lego City Harbour. I might use it down there somewhere, but I'm still undecided, because originally I had a blue table, like, I want to say it was a 2 foot high table that was, I think, 2 by 3 feet, because this table is 6 by 4 foot. So I'm undecided about this, but I'm thinking the rest I want to sell. So I've got a bunch of the undesirable crossroads, and I think I've got 4 of these curves and 4 T-junctions. But as everyone knows about this style of road base plate, unlike what they used to do, when you could get 2 straight roads in a package together, nowadays, or for a long while, when you bought a straight road plate, it would come in the same package as a crossroad. And so that's why these things are super cheap, because no one wants them. And then they switched it up, I want to say in 2018. If I'm wrong about that, please feel free to correct me down below. But I want to say in 2018, they redesigned the packaging so that whenever you bought a straight, you would get a T-junction. And there's a mix of grime and dust. So I really need to clean these things up. But I've got equally a lot of straights, and you can see the T-junctions. Just countless crossroads and straights. I mean, this just goes on forever. And I know these aren't in the best of condition, because I don't use these. I think I've only got 2 T-junctions and 2 T-junctions and 2 corners. But this one is a little bit different. This is one of the divided road straights. And I got this with the 2011 police station. And I think the box for that is somewhere up there in my box collection, which is above my wardrobe. But compare this divided road to, where is it? A regular straight road. Obviously there is no there was no printings for the road, for the lane markers, the edge of the road markers, or the little drain caps right there. There's no printing. And with the divided road, the studs on the side for the footpath or the sidewalk is 7 studs wide rather than 6 studs wide, and you've got a 2 wide refuge island in the middle. And you can really see the amount of dust on this one. Ooh, that's a lot of dust and some more grime. So I actually think this might be usable somewhere in my city. So I think I am going to keep this divided road and this pit lane. I think I am going to find a way to use these. Is that 6 studs wide? Yeah, that's also 6 studs wide, the footpath. So I think these are keepers, but all the normal roads, I think I want to sell. And so, obviously these are in used condition. I need to wipe these down to get the dust away and clean off all of the gunk and grime to make these in somewhat good condition. I don't think I will get these to be sold at normal used market value. I think I will have to, if I were to sell these, I would have to price them below the average used price per the price guide on Bricklink. But if anyone wants to acquire these road base plates off of me, if you're a local in the state of South Australia, or if you're in Australia somewhere, because I don't think I want to ship these to someone internationally, because the shipping would just be too expensive. But if anyone in South Australia or Australia wants these, maybe I can send you a signed Mayo Hosco Lego brick of some sort to sweeten the deal. If you want to get a Mayo Hosco autograph, maybe that's enticing. But anyway, I don't want these anymore, and eventually I do want to sell these. So feel free to contact me via any means of communication if you would like to get these off of me. So, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To be notified of every Mayo Hosco upload, be sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss out. And to support, if you want to support the Mayo Hosco channel, if you want to see exclusive behind the scenes content, if you want to get early access to my videos before they get uploaded to YouTube, if you want to see exclusive images and text that I might not otherwise share on my social media, you want to get the right to vote on some Mayo Hosco polls, the right to get some administrative control of what goes on around here, and you want to see the production value of this channel grow, as well as giveaways in the future and many other perks and benefits, feel free to support me on Patreon. Beyond the comment section down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to my social media, my Patreon, and the Mayo Hosco fan club are in every description of every Mayo Hosco video. So thank you for watching this episode of LEGO My Beto. I will see you in the next episode of LEGO My Beto, which for every episode there is a designated playlist. So thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in the next video.